Hey, I am back in for the second entry. Actually, it's the first entry, take two. More than likely, I'll probably end up deleting this too. But this is not something I plan on showing anyone, but just kind of keeping to myself to see how my development as an educator goes. Today, an event happened, and where I actually had to congratulate a student of mine simply because she said something that needed to be said that I know is on the minds of many of my students concerning education, the purpose of education. Um, what the role it plays in our society and how people view education. I was talking about the Renaissance. My goal is to be able to talk about music in the Renaissance, do some analysis of music, and eventually some identification based upon those characteristics that we've all talked about as a class. That they really see that stick out. So as I began this, I said we're going to talk about the Renaissance, and we talked about the very the was it vitro or Vitruvian man or Vitruvian man. I'm going to have to look up the proper proper pronunciation of it. But she raised her hand and she said, "Why are we learning this? This is music." And I said, "We could talk about that later, or do you really want to know now?" And she shook her head. This young lady, particular lady, she's a very bright young lady, a bit spoiled, and some of her mannerisms are a little immature for her age. But I'm beginning to understand her way of communication, nonverbal communication, and overall to not really take students so heavily, take them lightly. So I said all of this stuff is connected. I said there are movements and counter movements throughout the history of man, and that there are developments continuously, and that music is a product of men. It all comes together. I said let's take for example the invention of the printing press. Prior to that time, things were handwritten. With the invention of the printing press, things would be easy to distribute, to get around. And I said, just imagine the effect that would have upon music. Music is no longer confined to the gifted mass or to the rich masses. Music is traveling much more. People have much more access to it because it's out there. It's much more, and it's traveling more. And I said, again, music is a product of man, so whatever man goes through, music goes through the same thing. It's everything. The sciences, the literature, the music is all tied in together. And that our focus here as educators is to help you understand the complexities. Well, I didn't say all of that, but my own personal philosophy is to help them understand the complexities around them, so that when they leave here, not only will they be able to understand it, but they'll be able to shape it, because the world is in their hands, and they need to be able to understand that. And I thought about it. What is the role of education? Why is it so important? Why don't people see it important? Or see it as being important? What is it that I want to do as an educator? And what do I need to do to stay optimistic about this? Because I'm quite sure with that, if I would have gone off my emotions solely, perhaps I could have been infuriated, disappointed, or I don't know. I could have responded angrily. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, and hopefully I'll think of something. All right, toodaloo.